Good afternoon. I'm Renarda Joy. I hope everybody is doing well. For the next 30 days, I am committed to giving you tools, tips, and insight all about real estate investing. My mission is to shrink the intergenerational wealth gap through real estate investing. And I want to use this platform to sound the alarm. Now, before I get started, like my grandmother would say, don't come up in here and don't speak. Tell me your name and tell me where you're from. Let's see who we got here. I can't see the comments. So anyway, I'll go first. I told you guys my name. Oh, Michelle, I see you from Miami. Now it's coming up. So I will go first. I was born in Germany. Yes, I am an Army brat. But I grew up in Charleston, South Carolina. Okay, Roslyn, I see you. You're NYC in the house. I live in Brooklyn right now, so it's good to see a fellow neighbor. So tonight, I promise you guys for the next 30 days, I'm going to be very quick. I'm going to honor your time. Tonight, I'm going to talk about legacy mindset. Now, before I go into actually what that is, I want to go over what the definition is of legacy. Now, I don't want to tell you Renarda's definition, but I want to tell you Webster's definition. It says legacy means anything such as property or money that is received from someone who's died. So maybe your grandmother left you something, right? And then it goes on to say that something that's been happened in the past or that came from someone in the past. So maybe your uncle left you a truck. For me, my grandfather, I'll use him for example. He left me a legacy of love, respect, and how to be a real estate investor, right? I'm a third generation investor. My grandfather was an investor. My mother was a property investor, and I caught the real estate bug. Now, I want to change the way that we think about legacy. We tend to think that it's something that's left behind when we leave here, right? But I want us to start enjoying the fruits of our labor. Now, for the next 30 days, we're going to have to get acquainted and be very personal, up close and personal with each other. So I'll go first. I can admit that I used to live in survival mode. And I remember one day I had an aha moment and I was like, if my next generation is counting on me, I failed them. I mean, epically failed them. And so I remember I had to really shift. I had to pivot and I had to change my mindset. And one of the first things that I posed to myself, and I want to share it with you, is I asked myself, is what I'm doing now part of the legacy that I want to leave behind? Now, that is a question that you can ask at any stage of your life, whether you're getting older, you got a new job, you're adding a new family member, you're working with aging parents, or you're relocating. This is a question that you can use to really hold yourself accountable. So I want to give you 3 things to think about tonight. The first thing is we got to quit having the candy in front of us syndrome where we just got to have it now. You really need to sit, get quiet, make a list. Set some priorities and write down your why. Your why is going to be very important because this real estate journey, it can get tough. And when it does, you need something that's going to hold you accountable, who's going to give you the incentive to move forward. The next thing you need is every family needs a visionary, right? Typically the first of the year, people are thinking about New Year's resolutions. They're thinking about their vision board parties and they put it together real nice. So that's January. By February, the tree starts to shake. And by March, people tend to forget all about their vision. It was just something that just happened as quick as Happy New Year. So I was reading an article today, and some of the questions that it posed, which went right along with the vision part, is 2 questions. The first one is, are you as intentional about investing in your family as you are in building your career or your business? We'll sit there, we'll get all the education, we'll matriculate in our jobs, but what are we doing for our families? You're going to stay at this job, work 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and at the end of that, what do you have? Your pension, which may or may not help you through your retirement, because with inflation and everything changing, who knows if that's going to be enough to take care of you, never mind your family. The second question that they posed is, do you bring the same seriousness and thoughtfulness to a vision for your family? So remember, you always have to ask yourself, is what you're doing part of what you want to leave in your vision and your legacy? So remember, that's doing, which leads me to my third point. You have to be legacy driven, preparation. So you guys know when preparation meets opportunity, oh, the results are awesome. You know, you hear people say all the time, so and so was in the right place at the right time. And either that person forgot to mention, or maybe we didn't hear it, but they prepared for it. Now, just work with me. I don't know a whole lot about boxing, but I think that this will go well. So, a boxer, they have to build up their stamina. They have to build up recondition their body, their mind, and everything. It's the same thing what we're doing now. You have to recondition your mind and have a legacy mindset. The next thing that they do is they have a team, right? They got somebody who's booking the fight. I mean, they got a water boy. I don't know who else, but they got a team. Real estate is no different. It's a team sport. And then the last thing they do is they got to understand the rules to this. They just can't roll off of the street and be a street fighter and get inside of the ring. And they're not going to understand the calls that the referee is making. Same thing with real estate. There's rules to this. And I promise you for the next 30 days, I'm going to share with you some of those rules so that you can be a better real estate investor. So I want to leave you with this. What legacy are you doing right now? What are you doing to create your legacy? What are you doing to invest in that? Now, if you're listening to this outside of my business page, which is renardajoylive.com, I want you to come join. No, I don't want you to join for the likes. I want you to join so that you can stay informed, get updates, but more importantly, so that you can help join me of shrinking this intergenerational wealth gap with real estate investing. I promise you, as I told you, I will honor your time. I will be quick in and out each and every day, same time, 6 p.m. EST. Now, if you missed any days, which we're now done with day 1, you can always go back and revisit and replay. If you have any questions, please leave it in the chat. I will try and see if there's any there. And if there's not, I'll always come back and check. So I hope that you got value with this. I am excited about the next 29 days, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Oh, and tomorrow, we're going to talk about real estate myths and misinformation. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around, and I want to work with you guys to debunk some of those ideas of what people are saying that's false. All right? So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.